Hello, in the last two videos, we have discussed about what is mod and all these different operations, which are basics of combinatorics. These are useful for the present video. So let's start discussing this. Pause the video and give it a try, and then come to the solution. So the question asks us to return the number of subsequences, which is a good one. It means that where the frequency of each character is same in that subsequence. So given the string, determine how many good subsequences it contains. Since the answer can be quite large, compute its modulo 1 in n plus 7. For example, if the string is AAB, the total number of subsequences are 8. The empty one, it is given that this is also a good subsequence because every character frequency is 0 and A is a good subsequence this A because it has only one character and its frequency is 1. So the other A is also a good subsequence. Similarly B, AB, this AB, the first AB and second AB, AA and AAB. Coming to AB, the frequency of A is 2 and frequency of B is 1. These both are not equal, so this is not a good subsequence. Except this, all the other 7 are good subsequences, so the answer is 7. Coming to constraints, the n can go up to 105 and it contains strings, characters with only lowercase letters. That is from A to Z. So let's discuss this. The main idea is the all characters in the selected subsequence should have same frequency, right? So what is the limit of this? All characters can have up to the maximum frequency of any letter in the given string. So this frequency, so all characters should have same frequency, and this frequency can go up to maximum 1. As this is the maximum, no character can exceed this. So firstly we want to find the maximum frequency of all characters. We can do it by storing characters in the map, or we can store frequencies in vector of size 26, as there are only characters from A to Z. Now we have discussed that frequency can go up to 1 to max. And now the main idea is to find the number of subsequences with all characters which have only frequency 1 and similarly 2. So we have to find the number of subsequences where every letter in that subsequence have frequency 2 and similarly up to mx. So now the idea is all have frequency 1. So these are mxx cases. Coming to first one, all should have frequency 1. And when it is possible to have frequency 1, it is only possible with letters with frequency greater than or equal to 1 in the given string. Because if there are no characters of occurrence of Z, can we use Z one time? No. So to use this frequency 1, all the letters should have frequency greater than or equal to 1 to use it. Similarly 2, if we are able to use a character of frequency 2 in this present subsequence, we can select only letters with frequency greater than or equal to 2 in the given string. And for example, let's take the occurrences of AR3 in the given array in the given string, and frequency of B is 2 and frequency of C is 2, and all the letters have some frequency less than 2. So we have 3 A's, 2 B's and 2 C's. And now the aim is to find the number of subsequences with all the letters that have frequency 2. So we have 3 A's, 2 B's and 2 C's. And let's assume that A1 is in the least index and A3 is in the highest index. So what are the possible choices of A so that the frequency of it is 2? A1, A2, A2, A3 and A1, A3. Why not the other 3? Why not A2, A1? Because we want the subsequence, and as we have discussed that A1 is present, A1 is first and A2 is next to it. So the subsequence that is possible with A1, A2 is only A1, A2 and not A2, A1. Similarly A1, A3 and similarly A2, A3. So for example, if the frequency of character is X and here it is 3, and we can select only which are subsequents but not all the choices. Similarly, there are only two letters B1, B2 and its only subsequence possible is B1, B2. If we assume that B1 is at low index and B2 is at higher index. Similarly for C1, C2, there is only one subsequence possible with these two. And now the answer is 3 into 1 into 1. Because we can select any of this, we can select any of this and we can select this. But is this correct? No. Because we can select or ignore a character with a frequency greater than or equal to 2, because we have seen that there are three choices of which we can consider a with a frequency 2, but it is not guaranteed that we have to select a surely in the subsequence of frequency 2. So we can ignore a as well, or we can ignore b as well, or we can ignore c as well. So now the answer is 3 plus 1 into 1 plus 1 into 1 plus 1, because these three are these three, and the one is we can select a or not. So 1 represents empty a. These three represents we are taking any one of these, and this one represents that we are not taking any occurrence of a. So this is also added, so this is 4. And similarly for this 1, and empty 1 is 1, and similarly C1, C2 it is 1, and empty 1 is 1. But now when we expand this, we will get product of three terms, one from this, one from this, and one from this. So if we get 3 into, we get this 3 into this one into this one. This means that we are taking only one of these three, and we are not taking B, and we are not taking C. So there is also term this one into this one into this one. This means that we are not taking any letter. So this is empty, and we have seen that empty is already a good subsequence, and it is not useful to count after. So minus 1, because we have already considered that empty is a good subsequence, and we don't want this in the frequency of 2. So the answer is 3 plus 1 into 1 plus 1 into 1 plus 1 minus 1. So coming to the main idea, we have frequency x of character in the given string. For example, frequency of a is 3 in the given string of a. Frequency is 3 of a. And now we want only k characters to be in the present string, as we have checked that we will traverse from all 1 to mx6, and we find the number of subsequences with frequency k. So now the number of subsequences is xck. Why? Because we have x occurrences of a of this character, and we want only k characters of this character to appear in the present string. So we can select any k from all the x subsequences, from the all x occurrences. So the answer is xck according to this character. So we can traverse all frequencies from 1 to mx6, and for a frequency of k, we can find what are the characters with frequency greater than or equal to k, because we can only consider those characters. So after finding those characters, we can traverse all those characters, and we can multiply the values of the frequency of that character ck plus 1 into the other character plus 1 into and so on, whole minus 1, similarly to this. And finally we can return the answer. Let's check the code. These all functions are discussed in the previous two videos. I hope you have seen this. And we have initially pre-computed factorial and factorial. We are inputting the string and finding the maximum frequency of any character in the string, and we are storing the characters in the map. Initially the answer is 0, because there are no good subsequences yet. We are incrementing the characters in the map, and we are finding the maximum frequency. And now we are traversing the map. We are traversing the all frequencies from 1 to max. So initially we are traversing with one frequency, so the present subsequence is 1, because we have to multiply it. So if we take it as 0, the result will be 0. If we take it as 1, we will get the real values. So in present equal to 1, and we are traversing all the characters. If the frequency of the character is greater than or equal to j, then we can consider this in the present subsequence, and the answer will be present into nCr of it.second comma j. So the frequency c, the frequency j plus 1, because we have discussed this before. So the present into nCr plus 1 whole mod. And finally we can answer is equal to answer plus present minus 1, because we are ignoring the empty subsequence we found. So answer is equal to answer plus present minus 1 mod. So we can get all the substrings, all subsequences with given condition, and finally we can return plus 1, because we forgot the case where it is an empty string, empty subsequence. So in this way we can use combinatorics and find the answer. Hope you understand this. Drop a like and post your doubts in the comment below. See you in the next one.